Welcome back. If you are just joining, you are watching Daily Politics on Trust TV. Do well to follow the conversation across our social platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and watch us live on YouTube. Some leading civil rights activists on Monday took to the street to demand better welfare for retired police officers of the Nigerian police force. The activists say they are seeking a better deal for the erstwhile police officers, having given their all for the peace and security of the nation, but left in deplorable state of service. We'll be engaging with retired senior officer, AIG Wilson Inalegwu. He's here with us live in the studio. AIG retired, welcome to our studio.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're retired but not tired. We gave you a short notice going by the momentum.
Yeah, I know.
Not only in Abuja, but even in some states.
Yeah, I think in Jos, Jalingo, yes, and a couple of places.
Are you worried that maybe you appear as if you are not retired, or you look agile, well-fed, and maybe your package is different?
We're in the same shoe.
Okay.
Because I think when if you look at the faces of our colleagues that took part in the protest, you weep for this country. Now these are individuals who give the prime of their life to serve their country. But their country has not been fair to them. Their country has not been just to them. And you begin to wonder, was it a mistake that you chose a service in the Nigerian police force?
Yes, and look at their video.
Let them bring the pictures close. You will weep. Because when you take away somebody's pride, when you take away somebody's peace, you take away somebody's health, the guy is ill, he can't go to the hospital because he can't afford it.
Yes.
And then you have the same government saying, oh, we are setting up so many security agencies. You are a man, a father and mother, you have 5 children, you can't take care of them.
Maybe I crave your indulgence so that we listen to this elder statesman. Yes. Maybe what is he saying?
The retirees allege that the Nigerian government had used and dumped.
I've been trying all we could to get out of this cankerworm called Contributory Pension Scheme. But it seems our efforts is all in vain, being thwarted by those at the high echelon. How can a CSP receive 34,000 naira? An inspector, retired inspector, receiving 15,000 naira. In this present day generation we are passing through. You as our own father, we feel we should we follow the protocol by passing it through you, so that you will now meet the IG, who has no sympathy for his retirees. He has no sympathy for any retirees.
Gora added that the system has exposed many of them to hardship and disease.
AIG, 15,000.
Yeah.
Pension. Why is the missing link?
Yeah.
Yes, you attain the rank of Assistant Inspector General.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's about priority. Because when you see people talk about insecurity, and then you find those charged with the primary responsibility of law enforcement are so badly treated. Because you've got to prioritize welfare of your personnel. Now, this is the government does not look in the direction of the police. And they say, look, you are in contributory pension. Why is it that it's just the police? They say, oh, the police is large. If we withdraw the police, the scheme will collapse. And if you think so, then do something.
But what is wrong with the contributory?
Yeah,
because our viewers will say maybe most civil servants are in that category. Of course, I think the armed forces...
but what you contribute depends on your pay. And so what you get out of it. Because when you want to retire, they give you a certain percentage and they leave some. And I tell you that I think I got about 7 million, about overall was I think close to 9 or 10 million.
When you got?
Yeah,
after 35 years?
Yes, that was my gratuity as an AIG. That's what I got. Yeah, that's what I got. So the point that they are saying is, when we look at our counterparts in other services, and you see what they get, and you begin to wonder, did you make a mistake? In my community, there were 2 friends, an assistant superintendent of police and a warrant officer. They went to collect their pension. The SP got 25,000. He withdrew. The warrant officer got, 96,000. And so you begin to...
And warrant officer, if you put the 2 ranks, they are not even compatible, right?
Exactly.
An
officer with star here,
yes,
he gets 25,000, and somebody, another service.
Who did this to the police?
Well, I think it's government. Who else pays? Who is in charge of welfare of the? It is government. It is government that if the government does not budget adequate, make adequate budgetary provision, nobody's going to get anything. So what the retirees are saying, look, the pittance you give us cannot take us anywhere. You are saying that the minimum wage is 70,000. And a retired commissioner of police gets about 82,000. I put him at the bottom of the ladder. So I think it calls for sympathy, it calls for understanding that when you prioritize the welfare of your staff, you send a message to those in service, you remove the incentive, the propensity for corruption. Because what is going on television, those in service are saying, say, look, you have your destiny in your hands. If you don't have money now, you retire.
I don't know. This appeared to be maybe a retired police officer selling chicken. To make ends meet.
Oh, yes.
But look, AIG, I want to know, the elderly person shown earlier,
yes,
taking the blame to the IGP. Is it a misplaced anger?
Yeah, no.
He's supposed to take his anger to the Police Service Commission or to the Aso Villa or to the National Assembly?
Yeah, I think the police believe in a channel of communication.
Okay.
And who do they know? It's the Inspector General of Police, who is a potential retiree. Every officer in service is a potential retiree. What you saw on the street today can apply to you. Because if you serve and the condition of service is that poor, come to think of it, you work with the bankers, you work with the oil companies, and somebody retires, he gets over 50 million, not up to your cadre, perhaps you were all in the same university or in the same secondary school, and the guy gets so much. You are not begrudging them. All you are saying that the government should give you the incentive that you need, the welfare that you need, because that is what is going to, because you do a work that is so risky. Others will say there's a hardship allowance and all the rest. You work overtime. You are supposed to work 8 hours, you work 12 hours, you work 24 hours, you are not paid any overtime allowance. And you retire. You have to stay on the queue. You got to fill every imaginable form. You fill from one form to the other, even the stress of completing those forms. In other services, they know that you are going to retire in 3 months or in 1 year. Everything, the package is being worked. As you are just stepping, the money comes. Nobody is going to see you on the street waiting, clutching some files in your armpit, going from office to office. Those are part of of dignity.
But don't you think the police needs self-cleansing? Because we are witness. We know that most officers who work in police pay office, I don't know how you call it, you see them rich in all sense that you can think of. Don't you think that the problem is from within, not from without?
No, but I think if you pass the buck to those innocent officers, there are applicable laws that if somebody violates the law, necessary action is taken. It could involve arrest, investigation, and prosecution. I mean, a force of over 300,000. How many people are in pay office? How many people are employed in pay office? And perhaps you don't know, you have very few officers, serving officers. They have civilians, the staff of the Ministry of Police Affairs and the Accountant General's office that deploy those people. So the part the police play is very insignificant, very few officers. So, but the point is that when you are dealing with the issue of corruption, you are not going to do collective punishment. I don't think you imply that. So those who are responsible for taking action, the idea is how much is even budgeted before you talk about that it is pilfered. So the money that is budgeted for welfare, so I mean for salary, nobody is taking anybody's salary. If your salary is 100,000, I mean you get it 100,000. If you don't get it because the schedule, I mean the pay arrangement, every rank, every step, you progress step 2, step 3, step 4, you know what you are supposed to earn. And if that doesn't come, you know something is wrong, you complain, it will be rectified. Besides, in the IPPIS arrangement, all this is localized with the Accountant General, is prepared and sent to the Accountant General. And I think with the BVN, so I don't think that has, but in every system, you're going to find corruption. But it's the duty of somebody to take the action to stop those leakages.
And I know that in the rule of engagement of the police and other military and paramilitary, of course, part of it is you don't take to the street. You don't take to the street to demonstrate.
That's true.
Now, and of course, a general is always a general. AIG is always AIG. IGP is always IGP. Yeah. Now, here we are, this gentleman taken to the street. What does this show to aspiring young people that, okay, they want to join the police, they want to join the civil defense, they want to join the military and all that? Because it's like we have this existential problem.
Yeah, but I think, but when you are pushed, we must understand that it is high time we civilianize the police.
Okay.
Because the police is not military. And the police is not going to hide under, so if you do is mutiny. You've got to understand, and it is time that the appropriate laws are amended to civilianize the police so that it gets to a point that the police should also have associations that can...
Which they don't have now.
Oh, yeah, that can. So if the civil society groups see the plight of the police, if they interact with them, they move around and they see them clutching files on their armpit and ask what is going on. I think the civil society did the right thing.
What you are saying is they are
dying in silence. So somebody had people, the civil society groups, have said, look, oh, we didn't know this is happening. Because if you are addressing the issues of security, crime increase, and the rest of it, you are not going to separate them from the welfare of the officers that are employed to carry out the assignment or the mandate of reducing crime and insecurity incidents. So that you've got to treat these people rightly. And if you don't treat them rightly, it could have a kind of effect on their performance. But I think we have fantastic police officers that never think about those things. They just give their all. And now you see even state governments are coming to say, look, give us police to do their work. And I'm sure you read on the Plateau and even in the Northeast, And I said, look, governors, I said, look, let the police, because you've got to see the police has primacy on internal security, but they're not going to be able to deliver on their mandate when you don't give them equipment, when the training institutions are left in a state of dilapidation. You are not going to have the best. So I think when Nigerians speak out, and you can speak out even through the civil society and other pressure groups, and that's what happens in civilized countries.
We have had so many committees, especially at the national level, to say, okay, what can we do to reform the police? What can we do to make their job, lovable and all that? But nothing comes out. Assuming you are to be asked now that, okay, AIG, going by your experience, give us 5 things that we should do in the next 2 years before 2027. What will you list to the president? Okay, do A, B, C, D, E.
No, you've got to talk about the welfare of the personnel.
So maybe reforming changing the. Are you an advocate of changing the pension method?
There is government. The pension, this thing is building. It has not reached a climax. It's building. So the government can intervene.
In what way? Is it to pull it out?
No.
These people are saying, pull us out of the contributory.
Do you
believe in that? Government should pull
the comment I want to make, because I don't know the in-depth of that, you understand? Yes. But the comment I want to make, whatever gaps there are in the pension scheme, if today your contribution cannot take you far, then government should come fill that gap. Government should say, look, let us make this provision so that though the MPF is on contributory pension, let us make this financial provision so that this gap between they and those who are not contributing, because there are many security and intelligence agencies that are not part of the contributory pension.
Yes.
And so the police, they say, oh, the police is so large, so the police should be there. But then they take the whole weight. Government wants to have contributory pension. The money is available for investment and for so many things. So government should say, look, we bring this money in block. That's what I think. Okay. Fill it up so that what their counterparts in other services are getting is gotten, so that their cry can be assuaged. I think it's not too much. Government can make provisions, say, look, from this subhead or whatever, let us put some money in the contributory pension. This, so that if I am contributing, for example, I don't know, like I said, I'm not too well versed in this, but if my contribution is 7 million, government should not just put 7 million. Whereas my counterparts in other services are retiring and getting 30, up 50. To 30, 50 million, and I'm getting 7 million. Government say, no, all of you are in the services. We will put this money and we will take care of you. And then you assuage their cry. That's what I think.
Okay, finally.
Yes,
because we are coming to the end of the program now. Yes, beyond this, do you think without solving some of these problems, government should continue with this clamor of creating state police, more recruitment, while you have a problem?
But of course, the state police is not tenable today in Nigeria.
Okay, people should face reality.
Yeah, that's the reality. Today, we are not hearing that state governments are owing salaries. But I tell you, there are a backlog of those who have retired that have not been paid. But because, let me say, the subsidy windfall is allowing governors to pay. Yeah. But once it's not coming the way it is coming, they are not going to afford it. And you have people on the street, you give them weapons. As terrible as the condition of police is, the federal government has never defaulted in paying salaries regularly.
In 1 or 2 words, what will you tell the retirees? And what will you tell government?
Well, I think the retirees, I am part of you, and I share your pains and your frustration. And I'm encouraged by the way you peacefully conducted yourselves as disciplined officers, even in retirement. But government, prioritize the welfare of the police and other security agencies. The police are serving the country and have served the country diligently. Please give priority to their welfare.
All right, thank you very much. Wilson Inalegwu, retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Public Affairs Commentator, for coming to the program and putting context to it, and then the words of encouragement to your colleagues, and then, of course, an appeal to the government. We hope to have you some other time.
Thank you. God bless you.
And because that's a wrap on today's package, we hope you found the conversation engaging and informative. Be sure to join Daily Politics, airing every weekday, and our special packages on Friday and Sunday, during which we open the telephone line for you to comment on national issues. Thank you for being there. I'm Hamza Idris.